to Real Estate Investor Talk, where we dive deep with the leaders shaping the South African property landscape. I'm your host, Neil Peterson, and today we're thrilled to welcome Lizna Nel. She's a property entrepreneur operating under the eXp Realty and Realty South Africa banners. And Lizna, welcome to the show. Great to have you here. Do you want to give the audience some background on yourself?
Awesome, Neil. Thank you very much. It's such an honor to be spending some time with you today. And also for me to feature in the March magazine. I think your magazine is beautiful. Like I said before, I think it's a brilliant addition to the industry. And it's so nice for everyone that is part of the real estate sector to be able to have such a prestigious magazine to go through on a monthly basis. So like you said, my name is Lizna Nel. I call myself a little bit of a serial entrepreneur. And I absolutely love the property sector. I think that there's so much opportunity in South Africa for investors, for the real estate industry. I'm fortunate to be living in the Western Cape, which obviously is a little bit of a mega for real estate in South Africa. So yeah, I love what I do. I love people. And when you bring buildings and people investment together, you've got a really nice combination of different things.
Wonderful. Great introduction. So Lizna, your journey into real estate has been anything but I would call conventional. I mean, what inspired you to transition from HR, recruitment, and education into the property industry?
I know it's a strange combination. I think people, at the end of the day, whether it is that you are in the training sector or in HR, you are dealing with people, and in real estate, that is also what you're dealing with. So personally, I am in the residential real estate. I really love working with families or investors that are transitioning in their family or that are getting their new investment property to be able to grow their portfolio. So I think the relating factor through all of that is really people. When we deal with people, doesn't matter which sector it is in, we are still dealing with personalities, and we're dealing with someone that's growing either in their family or in their business. And I've always been passionate about the development of people. So whether that comes from HR or from the recruitment sector or even education, I had a college in the higher education sector before. All of that deals with the development and the growth of people on a personal level.
Wonderful. So let's talk a little bit about your successes with eXp. I mean, eXp Realty, it's known for it's very disruptive. It's a disruptive model. I mean, what drew you to eXp and how's it transformed your real estate career?
Neil, so interesting story. When I first heard of eXp, you set out a path for yourself and you think, okay, this is what I'm going to do and this is what I'm going to do. So when I went into real estate, I went in with wanting to learn everything so that I can have my own business again, like I did with the college before. But obviously, when you go into a new industry, you have to learn everything from the ground up. So I still had my plan going, and then I heard about eXp, and I think as disruptive as you just said it was, it kind of disrupted my plans as well, because I could not ignore what it was offering, which was in fact better than just running an independent brokerage or real estate company on your own. The way that I looked at it is when you want to market a business and you've got to build a brand and you want to grow that business, you need not just to build the brand, but also the software and everything else that is growing and developing in AI and in technology. The stronger that you are in technology in real estate, I think the stronger you are to market yourself. So I looked at that, and then I realized building my own business privately would not be able to touch on or keep up with something like eXp, because the way that they are sticking to everything that's being developed, the way that they are with their software and technology and staying up on top of things, I know the cost and the time consumption that goes into something like that. So it was very evident for me very fast that if I take my business ideas and I plug it into this larger international model, I would be able to expand at a rate that I could never do if I was just working privately by myself in a small firm.
Okay, wonderful. But you've also built a strong team and community within eXp Realty. I mean, what are the key factors behind your success in leadership, and mentorship, because I think that is key in driving the team's success.
I do think it is. I also think that there's so much power in collaboration. So from the get-go, I was always putting a team together. So I thought, you know what? Yes, I am successful being independent, but how much more can I be successful if I collaborate with other strong leaders in the industry? So from the get-go, that was my vision and the way that I look at things. And I started surrounding myself with people that are as strong as I am in the real estate, understanding that if we brand and build a brand together within our community, we can stand out with boards that are the same, people that are representing the same mission and vision throughout the industry, giving the same type of service, and being client orientated. So first of all, that was something that I thought to be really important. And then I do think that leadership and mentorship is important. I think it's those little tricks of the trade and the little way that you do things that if you are able to replicate that and teach other agents that, then we become stronger as a community in serving our clients. So I've got a team of about 150 agents now, and the branded team a little bit smaller. I think about 60 agents in the Realtor South Africa brand that we've got plugged into eXp. And that's all about collaboration, working together, supporting one another. And I think when you stand together, they say, if you want to walk fast, walk alone. If you want to walk far, walk together. And we're definitely going in for the distance here. So I think the collaboration is key to what we do.
Wonderful. Nice analogy. Let's talk a little bit about technology. I mean, we're seeing it definitely playing a bigger role. Specifically, I mean, it came through hard in COVID more than ever before. And a lot of people are talking about technology. How do you see AI, digital marketing, and automation shaping the industry? And especially that we still need to keep the human factor there.
100%, Neil. I think it's such a combination of the two. If I look at how AI has come and disrupted how marketing works in the industry, I mean, it's been huge just for me over the last year. The real estate is always going to be belly to belly. So people talking to one another, getting together in a room, getting together in a house or on a site. However, for you to get in front of those right people, what you do and what you utilize in AI and in technology is extremely important. I like to say that I think me and you, we were born BC, before computers, right? So I said the other day to my daughter, we spoke about not having a phone for the evening. And I said, oh, it was so nice last night not having my phone with me because it's like relaxing. It felt like before phones. And her face was something precious. She's 12 years old. So obviously they were born with the computers, with the phone in hand. But I think if you can combine the two, where you've got the values that we were taught and that we had from a young age, that connection with people is super important, and then you add technology and you add AI, it really propels you forward at a tempo that you can't compare with anything else. I have really started integrating AI into my business, and also the procedures that we use back office. That just makes us faster to service our clients. It puts us in front of the correct clients. It puts us out in social media and in front of audiences you would not otherwise have had if you did everything manually and you tried to advertise and market in the old way of doing things. So it definitely just takes what you've already got and it speeds you up and it makes you faster and more prominent in the marketplace and in the industry, which I think is vitally important for us as real estate professionals.
Wonderful. So tell us a little bit about the AHA Club and Success Builders podcast. They've now become influential platforms that you've created. What is your vision behind these initiatives and how have they impacted the industry?
So the Success Builders podcast was the first. I was actually invited on several podcasts throughout last year, international ones. The one was from the UK called Icons of Real Estate. The other one was a Canadian gentleman that instead of calling it ROI, we all want the return on investment. His is called ROL, so a return on life. So it's like weighing up the return on investment versus the return on life. So after being invited on these this podcast, I was actually approached by a European company that asked me if I wanted to start my own podcast, and we chatted about things a little bit. And I was like, let's do it. So I started the Success Builders podcast, which is about real estate, but it's also got some other influences. At the moment, I'm focusing on sectors that are hand in hand with real estate. For example, architecture and financial planning, attorneys that often work with our transactions. So I'm bringing in a little bit of variety, not just focusing on real estate, but we learn from entrepreneurs and we learn from business people and like-minded individuals of how they see their industry and how it integrates with ours, and how we can present ourselves even better, not just on a visual platform, but also on an audio platform. So I've really enjoyed the Success Builders podcast. I put an episode out every 2 weeks. And first it was recorded just like this. And quite recently, we've also done some in-studio recordings, which once again is nice. It's nice to meet like this because it allows us to meet all around the world. But it's also nice for those individuals that are close to us when we can get belly to belly and sit on a couch and just chat together. Then the AAHA, the aha, like I call it, light bulb moment, aha meeting. So that was something that I actually learned last year when I was in the US in Miami at a conference. They spoke about aha meetings, and I was like, what's the aha meetings? I like light bulb moments, but I was having a little light bulb moment of my own, about having an AHA club in South Africa. So I came back and I launched it in February this year. Our first turnout, kind of just when we launched it, showed us that this is going to be a great success in the industry. So at the very first launch meeting, we had 84 agents there, all from various different agencies. So the whole idea for me of the AHA club is no matter where you decide to hang your license for that brokerage, at the end of the day, it is about the individuals. It's about the agents. So let's collaborate. Let's not work against one another because we decided to hang our licenses at different places. Let's collaborate and learn from each other and work together in the industry, because that helps us grow. Again, that human growth thing that I like. So it helps us grow, and it also helps us serve our clients better. It doesn't matter which, like I said, brokerage you hand that license to or you hang that umbrella of. We are all real estate agents at the end of the day. We can all learn from each other, and that uplifts the industry, which I really love the concept. So we are on a private page where we collaborate on Facebook, and we support one another. We've got different agents, no matter, like I said, where you hang your license with, you come and train the other agents that come and show up at the meeting. And I've got a big request within my team for them to take that meeting to different areas of South Africa, different provinces around the Western Cape. So that's something that we're working on for the months to come, which is very exciting. So for all of those listeners out there, go and have a look where the AHA meeting in your area will take place. At the moment, we're trying to keep them belly to belly, but we will also have some online sessions later.
Wonderful. So as the first female icon agent in South Africa, you broke a new ground. I mean, what are the challenges that you faced, and how did you overcome them?
It's been such an honor for me, Neil. I think that as females, we are really strong in the industry. And I think it's because we have got compassion and we care about people, which makes us not just look at the ROI, but it also makes us look at the person and the individual and the investor, the seller, the buyer for the property, the developer. And we can really connect to the emotions of people around those transactions and about what is the best decision for them. So for me, female leadership in South Africa, I think, is really important, and bringing that into the real estate industry and sector is really important. I do believe I lead with heart and with compassion, and I just love people. So whoever it is that I meet along my journey, I just want them to make the best decisions for themselves, for their family, for their growth. And that's definitely the way forward for me. And I'm hoping to bring other female entrepreneurs and real estate professionals with me, set the pathway for them, and hope for a lot of other icon agents to come that are specifically female in South Africa.
Oh, wonderful. So we've also seen that risk taking has been a very big part of your entrepreneurial journey. I mean, what's the biggest risk you've taken in real estate, and what did you learn from it?
Sure, so many risks, Neil. I think I take them on a daily basis. I do think the biggest one was joining eXp. The company was fairly small when I joined. I think there was about 240 agents in South Africa. And when something is that new and it's not that established, you kind of wonder, like, is this the best decision to make? But after doing my research, for me, it was just a no-brainer. It was like, listen, why would you not do this? It doesn't matter the agent count. And I mean, since then, we have grown to 1,300 agents. And I do believe that that's just a drop in the bucket for us, not just in South Africa, but nationally. Or internationally, where we are, I think, about 87,000 agents now. So the growth of eXp is exponential. We've just opened in 3 other countries. I'm obviously also the chair for the International AAC, so that's the Agent Advisory Council, a beautiful initiative that eXp has got internationally. So globally, a lot of different countries would meet. Our meeting is next week again. So we've got Italy there, we've got New Zealand, Australia, Portugal, all of the different country representatives. We all meet and we collaborate and we talk what's happening in your country versus what's happening in the market in my country, and how do we come across different things and how do we overcome these challenges that we sometimes have in a growing industry. So it's opened so many various different doors for me, but it wasn't a huge risk when I initially decided to jump from not just the traditional brokerage where I was at, but also kind of from my plans that I had for myself over the next 2 to 3 years. And looking back now, being 3 years with the company, I mean, it's the best decision, the best risk I ever took, was deciding to hang my license with eXp, because the growth that I've experienced in my career, but also on a personal level, has been exponential for me. So I just wish that on other people, that they would be able to experience that in their career as well. But I do think it comes with risk, and you need to analyze and make that decision.
Nicely said. So looking ahead, what's next for you in real estate, and what legacy do you hope to leave behind?
I think I always dream big, and sometimes I exceed my own dreams, which is amazing. I think with my recent visit to Cabo in Mexico, we had that one big fire conference, which is such a beautiful concept. So it's basically real estate professionals that are all coming together with their small fires, and they then make one big fire. So after that, my fire is definitely bigger, to extend my dreams within the industry. So I'd love to build the podcast out more. I've got some international guests that I've met that will be hosted on the podcast, which I'm really excited about. And also, like I mentioned before, taking the AHA Club throughout South Africa, supporting the industry, and really making a difference in people's lives. That's my dreams for the future.
Well, Lizna Nel of eXp Realty, you know how to fire up everybody. Thank you once again for your time and your valuable perspectives. We really look forward to seeing how your journey with eXp continues to evolve and also makes an impact in the South African real estate market. And
Neil,
I'm Neil
thank you so
Peters.
much for having me. I really appreciate it. It is amazing to be associated with such a standard magazine. I mean, it's just absolutely awesome. So thank you for having me today. Thank you for allowing me to speak on my passions a little bit. And I'm looking forward to us catching up again.
Absolutely. Wonderful chatting. Thank you very much, Lizna.